Greetings everyone and welcome back to yet another episode of Sorcery. Time to see, will the Capitan get poisoned, because we helped in the last episode goblins to get the poison into the stew. And maybe get to the THORBEN doors finally. You walk back into the main part of the hall. You head over to the cleared area where the fights are taking place. A wide circle of guards stands on the one side of the hall, watching two others who fight. Bareheaded, the crowd cheers as mighty uppercut sends one of the fighters to the dirt. A tall woman waves for silence. Bloody marvelous, Elmeric! Earned your prize you have! Now a brief rest before the next fight begins. Grab another ale and place your bets. You watch another round. The fighters are taut but wild. They throw themselves at each other with a little regard of their own safety. It is clearly they have not been trained. You greet the organizer, who claps you in the shoulder. Nice to see a new face! Come to bet or to fight? I don't have money to bet. And I don't want to fight because I have 40 stamina left. I'm just watching. Fine, she shrugs, and turns to accept a bet from someone else. The fight what it happens is somewhat bloody with a lot of low blows. Eventually one fighter, the beast mate, crashes to the dust, rising a cheer. The bets are settled and the organizer looks around for another challenger. You head back into the main part of the mess hall, listening to the organizer scream herself hoarse at the fighters. Cannot read today. You walk back into the main part of the hall. Looking around, you see a goblin you spoke to earlier, bringing a bowl of stew to a sour Capitan sitting alone. He places it on the table, but as he tries to leave, the Capitan grabs his wrist like a snake. Some bread too, is all Capitan says. The goblin can barely disguise his relief as he flees. The Capitan has barely swallowed his first spoonful before keeling over. His face turns purple, and he gasps painfully. A crowd of guards rush over to watch as he breathes his last. But no one reaches down to aid him. Another Capitan's bent over him only once. He is definitely dead. He pats him down quickly and nods. His heart, I'm quite certain. A few guards drag the corpse away, and the conversation slowly resumes. The three goblins huddled in the corner spare you a nod before dashing away into the kitchen. You head for the exit once more. Outside the mass, the silence of the mountains descends. A few guards march this way and that. The wind picks up as the evening draws on. It will be a night soon. The corpse of the poisoned captain of the guard lies discarded by the wall of the tower, perhaps waiting to be taken away by some creature or other. You rifle through the pockets of the dead captain and find a piece of paper. It is written in a beardman's hand, but it appears to be a summons to see the commander of the guard. Perhaps this man was to be disciplined, or perhaps he was simply passing a message. But you could also take his uniform. It would most likely fit you, true. If you wear it, you will have to take off the guard's uniform and leave it behind. Shit! Should we change it? I think it would be good to have like better rank uniform, right? Fuck it, let's take it. You wait for a moment when the square is empty. You remove and discard the guard's uniform, which is too large to carry with you. They gather up the Capitan's uniform and put it on. Oh, look how fancy we look now. You will now pass as Capitan. You move away from the mess hall door. Yep, let's not go there, because we don't want people like... See. Does it mean I could go to the Capitan's office now? Shit, I probably could, but why would I go there? Let's go up. You make your way to the base of the great steps once more. The sun lowers towards the horizon. Soon it will be dark. once more. Wait, let's try to pray for healing. It's full! My stamina is full! Hell yeah! You make your way, one by one, up to the enormous steps. The tower looms above you like never before. Each step is carved with a word in the oldest tongue, spelling out a message for those who approach the dark heart of Mapang. The message is spelled out in the pictographic words at the time, one per step. Those who climb must comprehend. Enter or else. Ne'er descend. The symbols chosen are unusual. They are all the same, weaved from either direction. You steady your nerve and continue to climb. I don't know why not. Why we wouldn't try. You stand in the dim shade by the colossal doors at the top of the stairs. Clouds rumble as they roll across the dimming sky. A silence descends as through this way a quieter corner of the city than any other. Perhaps it is something to do with the doors themselves. Certainly a heavy magic exudes from them. You look around the step a little and notice something etched into the stone. It reads, Mapang will be free. Below that are two S's end-winded, and near them two C's. They seem simple enough, if the large wooden panels are covered in ordered carvings. Someone has left a pack here, by the door. Perhaps someone else tried to open those doors once. The pack lies discarded just to one side of the steps. It's a little chert. Looking at the steps on which the pack lies, there is a faintest dark mark, roughly outlining a silhouette with an outstretched hand. Will this be like a trap, you think? Shit, it might be. Generally, you flip open the pack. It seems safe enough. Inside are a few glass bottles. You lift the bottles out one by one, shaking them to identify their contents. It is a set of potions, Blimberry, Blessed Water, Firewater. Fuck yeah, I'm taking them. You stash each bottle and then step quickly away from the discarded pack. The carvings are obscene, distorted figures. Perhaps once beautiful but now warped and bent by fire. In the center is a single vertical stroke. Okay, now. Remember in towers there were like these marks? And I think this is what have to do with opening them, maybe? I mean, they are open here. I don't know what's the big deal. We can just like get in according to this. Man, this tower is huge. Fuck me. I don't have glyph 1. I have glyph 2 and 3 and I have 3 and 4. So 3 is invisible tower, glyph 4 is the tower of skeletons. I think when I try to open that I'm gonna lose stamina. It can't be as easy. Protect from magic? Let's try this. You craft the enchantment and veil of magical protection shimmered into the place around you, but will it be enough to protect you from whatever guards the sterile doorway? You reach for the handle, quite sure that it cannot be so simple. A moment later you snatch your hand back. The handle is blisteringly hot. Oh shit. Fire protection? Hello? I'm sorry for distracting the video, but I encountered a technical difficulty of sorts. So this like recording session of this episode had like 13 minutes, but I just realized that my sound get corrupted sadly. Not the game sound, but the sound from my mic. And this is a bit of a fucking problem actually, because I can't replay this part, and it would be way easier for me to replay it because I can't rewind. But this is too much of an important part to like don't do anything with it. Here's what I will gonna do. I just gonna go to the footage as it goes. I maybe cut out the less important parts where I'm just try to figure out how to open the doors and get to the most important parts, and I'm gonna read them as I see them on video, and I'm gonna try to put the whole thing together somehow. But before I move to continue of this video, here's how it works. Because during recording I had a lot of thoughts, so the video might be that long because I had a lot of thoughts about my like decisions and stuff. So let me just like long story short this, because basically I was trying different spells. As I just said, there was Glyph 3, which we figured out, and we know the counter spell for the invisibility. And the fourth glyph is the skeletal dudes, which I believe is the Aemon room. So fifth one we can totally do, and fourth one kind of logically I could figure it out. First one have a little bit sense. The second one doesn't have fucking sense whatsoever. It's just absolute bullshit. But yeah, I gonna just read it as it go, and because I don't think I gonna be able to recall whatever I was saying back then. So yeah, I'm sorry. This really sucks, because this is really important part of video and I had to like do something about it. But I hope you're still gonna enjoy. If something came to my mind and I just mentioned it, but generally I just wanted to say how the whole fucking process go. So I gonna just read the thing, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it basically. So I checked all possible spells I can do here, and here we have Doc, Heal Disease, which requires medical potion, and it doesn't seem like it could help in any kind on the handle, which I believe is enchanted with hot spell. But even if it doesn't sound like it have a lot of sense, it's the only one which like heals you from all the options I have to choose here. So let's go with that. You cast the spell across your potion and it begins to glow and fizz. Put the potion on door handle. The potion sizzles sharply as slicks across the handle, but it does not boil away in moments as you might have expected. After a moment, it seems to cool. You reach out and gingerly touch the door handle. The metal is cool. It seems whatever magic was in the door has been countered. But the door is still not open. You have survived one of its traps. But surely there will be more. And sure enough, your fingers on the door handle are starting to flake with grey dust. You snatch your hand back. You look over the door. Carefully, gaze working from top to bottom. The carvings have morphed a little. Now, showing up figures in strange, frozen poses. Two vertical strokes stand side by side. The frozen poses. So at this point, after a bit of thinking and browsing through the spells, I realized I thought it would be like spell which freezes someone, like an ice or something, but I don't recall there is any spell like that whatsoever. So then I realized there is a rock spell which turns people into stone. And I think this is what we're countering here. Turning to stone. So I think the only none of the things I can choose from here doesn't have any sense and this was kind of a blind shot at this point, because the fire, it's the only one which seems set in motion, so it could be a counter spell. Let's give it a go. Reaching up to the constellations overhead, you create the spell, but although you complete the spell, it seems to have no effect, and you do not float into the air as you had expected. Tentatively, you reach out for the door handle, but sure enough, nothing happened. It is quite safe. You turn the door handle, now completely safe. The door opens. Then, quite suddenly, the door shimmers and disappears from sight entirely. The passageway beyond is revealed. So, this is obviously where we found the glyph 3, which is the invisible tower. And the invisibility spell, it's Yas. That's why we're gonna use Tell here, which, as we have noted, it counters Yas, which means it's counter invisibility. Drawing the skull cap from your pack, you cast the spell. A moment later, the door is visible once more. It would seem your spell has countered the spell of invisibility that had hidden the door. Now you can see it. Your hopes lift suddenly. The door to the sorcerer's spike of Mampang hangs a crack ajar. A good show will open it, but you cannot help but feel there is still another trap to be overcome. There is a message on the door now that was not visible previously. You trace out the message on the door, words of the most ancient tongue. I am protected by the worst force. In the word, retreat for. I will take all your yesterdays, and I will take all your tomorrows. So as we have noted, the glyph 4, which is the fourth spell, was in the Tower of Skeletons, and skeletons are sort of symbol of death. That's why, even though we don't have actual counter spell for it, the most logical option, and probably the most reasonable from all we had here, is Resurrect the Dead. Let's do it. You take a vial of holy water from your pack and cast your spell. The water begins to shimmer and shine with an inner light. You pour the glittering water over the handle of the door. It seems to soak into the wood without any noticeable effect. Whatever it has had any effect on the door, it's impossible to say. You reach for the door to push only to feel a cracking of energy as your fingers near the wood. You snatch your hand back quickly. There is no other way to know. You reach out for the wood and allow your fingers to connect with it. The effect is instant. A fire erupting from the wood and down into your arms. What's my fate? Each time the game says what's my fate, it means you died. But a moment later, the sensation fades. Indeed, You feel refreshed as thought your body had been destroyed and then builds anew. You step without difficulty through the THORBEN door and into the tower beyond. Your maximum stamina has increased and we have found 2 new clues and other clues have been updated. Holy shit, we made it. We open the THORBEN doors. I didn't expect to get that far in the series, to be honest, but this is definitely like, we have just maybe 2-3 episodes left. Depends how many events will be in the tower. Man, I'm sorry it wasn't like as it's supposed to be. So the video is supposed to be longer and it's supposed to be more attacking, but I think I covered and edited everything just good enough to make it, you know, not too bad. Just a couple of frame freezes here and there to sync my commentary, not a commentary, my voiceover over the video footage. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I won't have such problems in the future. But I think the reason my Audacity like broke my recording, it's because I for some reason ran out from the space on my C drive, and I think it's like stores the temporary files in the C drive. I think I had some stuff in the trash bin which I forgot to throw away, and I didn't notice. I just gonna run away. But how much possibly the temporary file for voice could take in Audacity still? So I don't know. It was a bit weird, but I'm glad we made it. From here now on, it just probably should get more interesting. I'm really excited to see what awaits us in the spike of the Mapang. But that would be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, let me know if you did, and as usual I'm gonna see you with more Sorcery next Friday. Have a lovely weekend and farewell.